How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now I am here in my home county of Devon. First video I've done in Devon for quite some time now, so I'm excited for this one. But I'm here at the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Jurassic Coastline here. Once home to the realm of the dinosaurs, and I've got the town of Sidmouth just down there. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to head up to a place called High Peak, which is basically a high peak here on the Jurassic coastline. It's an area I've never actually been before, so I want to go up there and get some photographs, but I've had to just stop here because you could park literally off the road here at Jacob's Ladder, and we've got thousands of daffodils in this little area here, which were actually donated by a Canadian millionaire who actually used to live in the town of Sidmouth here, and before he passed, he donated like £2 million worth of daffodils to be planted in and around Sidmouth. So you can see thousands of them are here. There's thousands of them up the hill there, and it's a beautiful sight to see, and they make a great foreground subject to capture with the beautiful view of the Jurassic coastline there. So just going to get a couple of shots here, then we're going to move on up and hike the southwest coast path up to High Peak. Well, I'm just doing a bit of focus stacking here, trying to get these beautiful daffodils into the foreground nice and sharp, and then have the beautiful Jurassic coastline sharp in the background there. So we've got to be a little bit careful because there is some movement here in the daffodils, you see that. So I'm kind of waiting for the wind just to die down a little bit, which it does, and then start taking some different shots. But it's working out quite nice. Again, I'm just using touch focus here, so I take a couple of shots, just moving up the image, f13, 120th of a second there, just enough just to freeze these as much as possible. What a beautiful sight, huh? Gosh, there's a lot here as well. Some of them have sadly passed a little bit, but yeah, you get a beautiful view. Looking down along the Jurassic coastline there. Got to be one of the most iconic shots in all of Devon there. That beautiful red cliff face down there, which sadly you're not allowed to walk along that beach anymore, which is just past Sidmouth because they've had so many landslides there. So it's just far too dangerous. In fact, if you ever go up that way, you can see where the cliff has kind of fallen there. So very dangerous stretch of coastline up there. I'm actually half wondering whether we're going to get along this coastline because they've had numerous closures along it over the months because of all the bad rain that we've had. Let's have a look here. Well, I think that's High Peak in the far distance there. I think this stretch of coastline is completely inaccessible. Can't walk along that. Certainly wouldn't want to with all these cliff faces falling. But it should be a relatively easy hike, I think, because that's quite a steep bit there up Jacob's Ladder. But the rest of it, he says, should be a relatively smooth sailing. Here we go, coast path. Yeah, Ladron Bay. Got Ladron Bay. 1 3/4 miles along here. That is a incredible place to go along the Jurassic coastline here. It gives a very good representation of what the coastline looked like before here, before all the erosion. So I captured a beautiful shot of it about a year or two ago now, during sunrise, because this is an amazing place to come for sunrise because it's easterly facing the beach that way. So, but the weather's just not played ball with us enough this year, so to come up here at the right time for a sunrise is proving a bit difficult. But today is a bit of overcast around, so it's okay. It's not too bad. As we were saying, Devon County Council put barriers up here. Gosh, look at this. See, the trees have kind of fallen, coming out the roots, probably from the strong wind that we've had recently. Yeah, got to keep well to the paths along here. I seem to have run out of path, but I just noticed this. Welcome to Deltafield Community Nature Reserve. Just have a quick little look here. Oh, there's people here. Hello.
Hello.
Can we get up this way, do you know?
Of course, we're just feeding the robins, that's all.
Oh, there's robins around, are there?
Yeah, I got 3 of them, a blue tit and a dunnock.
Oh, good to see. Enjoy. Oh, okay, I will do, thank you. Oh, it's nice to see a nature reserve. That's one thing with East Devon Council. They do a fantastic job of putting several nature reserves around East Devon. Seaton Wetlands is part of it as well. Fantastic place to go for bird photography. Migrating birds come in there. I've seen the osprey down there a couple of times, so fantastic facilities they have there. Where are we here? Okay. A bit of road we've got to walk on, but nothing too dangerous. So this looks like to be the coast path. Yes, here we go. Well, I think we've just come to the first big cliff, which is yeah, quite a steep climb actually up there. I underestimated that a little bit, but what a view here, eh? Again, being very careful here. Stunning. Very poor light. Wind's definitely a lot stronger up here, has to be expected, but it's a nice texture in the clouds there at least. But what an incredible view that is. And it looks like they've cut back these hedges recently, so it doesn't get too overgrown and you get good visibility and get to enjoy good viewpoints like this. So good job from the East Devon Council once again. Well, this has got to be the top of Peak Hill here. Got signs here directing us to along the coast path, which is this way, but it's kind of like a open moorland up here. It looks like kind of like Woodbury Common. Let's have a quick glance here. Ooh. Yeah, so this is where we're going. That should be High Peak. I hope it is anyway. Don't want to have a wasted trip here. Some horses grazing in the far distance over here. I'm not going to disturb them. Let's just keep to the coast paths. Well, yeah, beautiful view of the Devon countryside here, look. You got Woodbury Common, kind of like over in the distance over here. It's just beautiful farmland all the way. Right, well, I think this should be the start of the big incline up to High Peak. Along this way. Oh, a lot of sheep here, look. You can't beat the Devon countryside, hey? I do honestly feel very lucky to live here. In fact, probably a good time I tell you now, but partially the reason why I'm coming up to High Peak is because I want to add it onto a project I'm working on. And that project is I'm doing a book on photographing Devon. And I've been working on it for quite a few years now. So it's I've put a lot of work into it. I'm actually at the present time trying to get a publishing deal. Speaking to a couple of publications, and I really want to put it in the best hands and who will do the best job at getting it out there and getting the people to see it. Every tourist attraction, I'd like it in all the bookshops. So if you ever come into Devon or you live in Devon, pick up the copy of the book and go and visit the amazing places that I've put in it, because I honestly think Devon is one of the most world-class places in the world to photograph, and I think my book kind of represents a bit of that. Should have a nice viewpoint here. Oh yes. Wow. Oh, let's take this in for a minute. Very safe here. Nice little bench here to sit on as well, look. Oh. Wow. That's a view. This would be a fantastic spot to come for a sunrise, because the sun will rise over in this direction this time of year. Oh, the sun's just slightly trying to break out through these clouds here, and it's just enough so the light is touching these red cliffs here, and it really does make them cliffs pop. High tide as well, perfect. I did check the tide times before I come out, because I wanted a high tide here. And again, this ocean, as the tide's coming in, just makes a really nice texture up the coastline there. It's kind of like draws the eye along the coast here. Fantastic. Beautiful. You can see here, you can see where the cliff's fallen here, look. It's a huge pile of cliff that's just fallen here. The erosion here has been incredible over the millions of years that we've seen. I mean, this coastline would have been well out here, and the erosion's just receded it so much over the millions of years through the Jurassic period. Incredible. Well, we have I'm not sure if that's the way, but I want to go up. Look at these tall trees here. That just feels like you're in a woodland now, and that you're not on top of a cliff. Just have a little look around the corner, but I want to go up really, but I don't know if that's the way. I think I need to go up anyway, because I don't want to go down there and find myself having to come back. So you don't call it High Peak for nothing. Ooh, sun's coming out again. Very nice. God, my legs are going to feel it tomorrow. I went on a big hike yesterday as well. So yeah, I'm feeling it today, and I was up early this morning to watch the Formula 1. So, but this was on my mind all day yesterday. God, this is steep. It's had a lot of rain here, flowing down through here. You can see where it's come. Whew. This looks like we're here, High Peak. I was talking about archaeological excavations that they've done here, because I did read about this online before I come here. This is actually the same billboard which is on the internet. Yeah, they found oh gosh, I hope I didn't break that. Oh it's like bits of pottery that they found here. But even this, look, I mean, I didn't even notice this. This was just sat on here like that, and there's me dropping it. I mean, it looks shaped, doesn't it? Strange. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah. But they found pottery fragments up here, and I think they found, yeah, they were finding between 4000 and 2000 BC. They think they found 2 different settlements were found here, but you can also find other Iron Age forts around this way. Yeah? It talks about it here. Blackberry Camp, Sidbury Castle, I haven't been there. Berry Cliff Camp, Woodbury Castle, I've been up there. Woodbury Castle is kind of over this way, in the far distance over there. I mean, it's very common to see archaeological Iron Age sites like this around Devon, especially at high points as well. I've actually spoken about them in some of my other videos, because they make they're always at like a high elevation. So for anybody that wants to do landscape photography, being at that high elevation gives you a bit of a vantage point to especially photograph the landscape around here. And Devon is kind of notorious through the winter time to get cloud inversions. So when them cloud inversions come, they kind of like settle in between the hills here, and it makes for the most incredible sight. I've captured some amazing photographs from Iron Age forts over the years around Devon. Some of my best photographs I think I've ever taken. So to have a Iron Age fort in your area, when you get cloud inversions, it's a good place to come when it's forecast. And so to have like places like that in your memory, so you know where to go, scope them out before you get there, and when the time's right and the weather conditions are right, you know where you're going to be heading, and hopefully you'll be treated to some incredible cloud inversions, and that's when you'll get some amazing photographs. But this is interesting. I'll have to read a bit more about this online. Roman pottery. The ramparts contained Roman pottery, yeah. Pieces of charcoal were found, but this is a very strange piece. Just this texture here. I'll leave that there. I mean, it's not quite safe there, but I guess they must have, somebody's put it there for intentionally, I think. So yeah, I'm not gonna, oh gosh, there's me, stay. Okay, I've caused enough damage. I think we're near the top. This must be it, High Peak. Oh, the light's with us. The sun's come out. Gosh, what timing that is. Here we go. High Peak. Oh. Conquered. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you definitely feel a bit of vertigo up here. Ladron Bay over there. You can see all the way to Budleigh Salterton in the distance over there. Wow. Oh, it's windy. Well, I've just come down a faint path here. You get even better view from here. Got this beautiful woodland in the foreground here, looking out towards the Jurassic Coast and Ladron Bay in that direction, look. And then you look in this direction and you've got the Red Cliffs again and Sidmouth in the far distance. Stunning. Very windy here, very windy. I was kind of hoping to take the drone up, but yeah, no chance in this. And just like that, our sun is going behind this big band of cloud here, which looks very stormy, and I might get soaked in a bit. So it's slowly depleting our light, but we managed to get a couple of shots, so it turned out really well. Just heading down, and there's a little beetle here. Gosh, hello buddy. God, he's huge. Oh, let's leave him be. Gar's complaining about the journey up to High Peak. He's on his way up there now, he's all right. Well, I've just got back to where we started at the beginning of this video, everybody, and it's a good thing as well because the weather's really coming in strong now. We've got some big rain clouds coming in, the wind's picked up, so we timed it absolutely perfectly for the weather conditions that we had today. And I think that just sums up an end to an incredible day here on the Jurassic Coast here in Devon. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. See you on the next adventure.